You of course know Venom, the famous Marvel anti-hero. He has 2 movies out. Although there are existing costumes and masks, I've never seen these black filaments in any of them, which for me is one of the most iconic parts of the character, so let's build them. Welcome to Mecha, let's get right into it. We have 3 goals here. First, the tentacle by itself. By that I mean the structure and how we can make it move. Second one, the aesthetics. We're aiming for functionality here, but we still kinda want to make it close to the original one. And third, make it wearable, put this on top of a shirt. Okay, let's start with the structure. First, we need a natural movement for the filaments, nothing like this. There are many examples of octopus-like tentacles, so let's start with those. Just finished this prototype for the structure of the filaments. You can see on the sides I made some kind of plastic springs. Now I added strings on the side so I can bend this structure by pulling them. It is somewhat hard, but not that much. Maybe if I make the side springs a little bit thinner, then I could. I believe I'm doing this more complex than it should be, but it's a start. This option could have other uses, but in the meantime let's try another one. For this one, I will use a gear motor. The difference compared to a normal motor, which is this one, is that this spins really fast. However, it doesn't have much torque, so I can stop it. I can stop it really easily, right? So in order to turn speed to torque, a series of gears are used, and therefore we have a gear motor. This is the same, I just added cables, because usually they come without them. This one is a lot slower, it doesn't spin nearly as fast as the normal one. However, this is a lot harder to stop. And since what we need here is not speed, but strength, it is perfect. And we don't need Arduinos for this one, so even better. This version is a lot more fun, and in theory, more stable. 3 axes will be moved by the motor and give a smooth motion. First test. Okay, second test with less voltage. Look at this. Very nice. Time to improve the design to something more slim. So much better. And we save a lot of space. Now that this is working, I can add rings that will be the skeleton of the filaments. Okay, now that we have this, I can tell the rings from the bottom and the middle cannot surround the axis from the upper ring. We could only have half of the circle, but that is just not enough. Alright, third and final iteration. You can see there's one less axis, there's only 2, before there were 3, and this bottom ring completely surrounds the upper axis. And besides, with this connection, we have an even better movement. The top side moves with a different inclination than the bottom one, which gives us a more natural motion. And I made the design so it can work sideways or upside down. Nice, right? This circuit I made is not only for controlling motors. I added an extra feature, which I will show you guys later. Now I need to cover this with something that looks a little bit more Venom-like, right? So first I want to try fabric, in black of course, but I found right away that it gets stuck in the plastic really fast. And because this is going to be moving all the time, that's a no. Next, this 3D printed chainmail. There are a lot of different designs, so I just printed this one. It does slip very easily, which is what I'm looking for, but it takes some time to print, and to think that it will have to cover everything makes me believe there are better ways to do this. Third option. What is it? Well, that's a garbage bag. Only the best tech on this channel. I want to try this because it is already black, so no paint is required, is very non-expensive and really easy to find. If you're enjoying the video, go ahead and give it a like. Ready? Okay, great. I made a couple of triangles of different sizes to try and check if the movement is not affected. I also attached this cover in 2 points with rubber bands, just to simulate it is already attached on the inside. Okay, looks good and works just the way we need it. That option it is. Now that I know they work, we can move on and assemble the rest. By the way, about the extra feature I talked about earlier. Remember the electronics from before? I will make them smaller in one of these pair ports, but the working principle is simple. See these two black squares? They are clocks, and are called like that because they output a square signal every given time period. In this case, the first one sends a pulse, and the second one takes that pulse and modifies it to whatever we want. And we will control that second output with this dial. The output goes into this thing called a MOSFET. Think of it like a door. What is behind the door is the voltage that goes to Venom. The longer the signal from the second clock is up, the wider the door opens, and therefore the faster Venom moves, and vice versa. All of that is to say that this will control the speed of Venom. The last part of the electronics is to make a case for this. Also, I added this thing in the back so I can put it in my pocket. Wait, it's bubbles. Finally, we need to figure out how I'm going to wear all of this. So, this is my bag, right? And let's say these are the places where the filaments are going to be in, with different spacing between each one. I will need a frame that looks kind of like this, and I will attach Venom to these places. And for that, I will use this sheet of aluminum. Finally, I have a use for you. I hope this is enough for all of this. Maybe when I put this on the frame, I can add some kind of angle so they look a little bit more natural, instead of all of them in the same way. And to attach all of this to me, we can solve that later. And because I realized I was going to attach these things to some kind of frame, I already 3D printed these things, which are going to be these two sides. Also, they look like like little elephants. So cute. Sorry. We're going to make the most out of this small aluminum sheet, and we're going to have these 4 beams. This one, and 2 in order to, attach them together. And all of this is going to be, it's going to be with the Dremel and of course the metal, tool. So the frame is ready. However, I think it's better if I turn these guys around. And that should be it. I'm just going to drill a couple of holes so we can attach the little elephant things to all of these 6 places. And we'll see how that turns out. Okay, all the holes are ready. You can see I drill these sidebars to the horizontal ones so it can give it a little bit more of a structure. And we are ready to put all of those in here. Just, need to tap them with some screws. I just finished connecting everything. I didn't realize there was there was going to be so many cables. And also, I believe I'm going to attach this with some hot glue and do a little bit of cable management, because of course I don't want this nightmare to just be hanging around. And it doesn't matter if this is not black, the cables are just fine because everything is going to be covered up. So yeah, we're on the right track. Cable management is ready for both sides, except this. That's okay. We can forgive that, right? I also placed this cover for the filaments, and I placed these guys so the screws that are going through the metal don't really poke a hole in my shirt. That is also going to help to make this a little bit more comfortable than just having a sheet of metal on my back. Now I'm going to place a bag here in top of everything. Only these guys will poke out. Also, I figure I can just add Velcro on these two upper areas and also in the middle, so it can hold on to my waist and to my shoulders, and I can put everything like a backpack, so it will be really easy to put on and take off. Alright, so this is the last test before I put on the bag I just got. You can see the 6 holes are for the 6 filaments. It's going to cover all the structure and also all the cables. So how this is going to work is I have 2 straps in here. This is all Velcro, you can see. 2 straps for the shoulders and 1 for the waist. So this will, actually I can make this a little bit tighter, so it makes sure nothing moves. It's looking pretty good, but it looks even better with that thing on. Okay, so let's just put the bag and finish this project to see how it looks. Project is complete. I wanted to say I will be taking requests for the coming builds. I already started working on the next project, which is going to be a very, very special video. So I suggest you subscribe if you like builds from movies and games. I have a couple of proposals for the next one, Batman or Prowler. So tell me which of them would you like, or if you prefer another one, let me know in the comments. But enough waiting, guys. Electronics are working and Venom is ready. I hope you like it. Enjoy the build. I made everything modular in case I want to disassemble it and use, for example, the filaments for, I don't know, Halloween decorations. And also I can put it back again in case I want to wear it for Halloween costume or parties and stuff. I also made Spider-Man 2099 arm blades in case you want to see more Marvel content. And if you're into gaming, I made also Orisa's cannon from Overwatch. Go check the one you prefer, or maybe both. Maybe your choice.
Diesel projector out!